Hello beautiful friends! Today we are doing a massive and very overdue book unhaul and bookshelf reorganization. I will do a quick walkthrough of how everything's organized in just a moment for you, but I have piles everywhere. I am getting I can't see some of my books, and I'm very much a visual person with my physical TBR. I need to be able to see everything or it doesn't exist in my brain. So we're gonna go ahead and take every single book off my TBR cart and my bookshelves. I have a shorter one here behind me and then my big one here, as you can see. So let's get moving. So this is what we're looking at. I have piles of books all over the place, just stacks of them, which is a great problem to have, but needs some organization. And yeah, so this is my cozy mystery shelf. I'm planning on I will unhaul and organize this and clean it, but I am planning on mostly keeping this the same in terms of looks. This one I would like to make like a thriller or like hardcover mystery section, because I have a bunch of thrillers that are down here, but they kind of get, pushed to the side, and I like to reference them, so I would like to give them, kind of have like a dedicated thriller shelf. And then this is my TBR cart. As you can see, I have library books usually on the top, and then the rest is kind of mixed and thrillers, and then cozies on the bottom, but it's just a mess, and I can't fit any of these hardcover thrillers on it, so I want to kind of organize the top section so that I can hopefully fit those hardcovers on there. That's the plan, so we're gonna see. And maybe just move some of the stuff here as well to make more space for books. So that's our project. We're gonna go ahead and take the books off the shelf now. So I have taken every single book off my TBR cart and bookshelves. As you can see, there's quite a few here. There's a lot. I'm surrounded right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go through these. I'm not gonna go through every single book, because if we did, we would be here for hours, but I'm gonna show you definitely what I end up decluttering, and we're just gonna go ahead and go through these piles. I do not have my library books in this stack because I keep them separately, but I am going to make a stack of everything I haven't read that I want to keep reading or want to read still. That way I can put it back on the TBR cart and organize it, but otherwise I'm going to organize it by genre as I go with the books that I want to keep, and then have a donate pile. So that's the plan. Let's get into it. So I decluttered about 25 books. I'm gonna go through them really quick, rapid fire. I'm a little hot, so I got my hair up. I have In the Study with the Wrench. This is part of the Clue Mystery series by Diana Peter Front. I love this series, but I have completed the series, and the other two copies I have are paperback. This one's hardback, so it kind of stands out. So I'm gonna keep the other two for now, pass this one on. This was a cozy mystery I read. I really enjoyed it, really like it, but it's not like an all-time favorite, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. This is one of my favorite series. I love the Bad Hair Mystery series, but I own a couple of them, and this one probably is my least favorite cover, so I don't need to keep every single one. I'm finally going to pass this on. This is the first 3 books in the Royal's Finest mystery series. Again, a favorite cozy mystery series. If you see me decluttering anything, it doesn't mean I don't love it or that I don't recommend it in some way or another, but this one has the first 3. I'm probably not going to reread these. If I do want to, my library has them, but I do have another copy, the Christmas edition that I love, which I'll keep for referencing for YouTube, but this one I don't need this big chunky volume, and it's the first 3, so someone else can really get a good start in the series with it. This one I read a while ago. I'm not going to say this on camera just because it might, I don't know, YouTube might get angry, but it was good. I mean, I don't know if it's like some super crazy read, but it's a nice like confidence booster. I don't feel the need to keep that. I have this book here. This book is good. I liked it. I did enjoy reading this. This was a gift from a family member. I am religious Christian if you're curious, but I don't need to keep it. I'm probably not going to reread it. It's not one of my all-time favorites. I have some that I kept, but that one's not one of them. This is a book all the way from high school. I think my husband actually has a copy of this, so I don't think I need 2, so I'm going to check with that. This, I have several editions of Sherlock Holmes, and I realized that this duplicates some of the other ones, and the other ones have prettier covers or editions that I like to show off more, so I can probably donate this and someone else will love it. This was something we found in a free little library. It's like I don't know if it's really a book, but it's like a pamphlet about King Tut's tomb, and it was interesting to flip through, but I don't need to keep it. Now, I do have a couple here that I haven't read. These are the ones I haven't read, and I'll tell you why. This one is 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson. Some of you told me this has a ton of spoilers for the books here on the back, and since I haven't read a bunch of these, I don't want to read this for quite a while, and it'll probably take me years to get through all of these, and my library has this, so I'm going to pass it on for now so that someone else can maybe enjoy it, but I don't want the spoilers, so we're passing that on. These are 2 cozies. I've just had these for a while, one of these for like 2 years, and I've just never really been in the mood to pick them up, so I'm gonna go and pass them on. I'm sure they're fine and like good mysteries, and you know, nothing against them, it's just they've been sitting there for a while, like I need to move on. This one I read a really long time ago. It's a history nonfiction about Roosevelt and Winston Churchill. I think I enjoyed it. It's been a really long time, but I don't need to keep that. Assaulted Caramel, I read this and really liked it, but again, it's just not like an all-time favorite, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. This thriller was just okay. It was decent. It's The Marriage Lie by Kimberly Bell. It's about a plane crash. A woman's husband is on the plane. She loses her husband, but her husband wasn't even supposed to be on that flight, and she learns all these secrets about his life. In principle, it was good. I liked the first half, but the second half kind of went down. Didn't go it just wasn't my favorite. It was fine. This one, Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter, I accidentally read the second book in this series. I didn't realize it was a series, so I want to reread this and check it out for my library in a couple years probably, when I'm not fresh, because I just read the sequel, and so I think that might have spoiled some things for me, so I'm trying to forget some about that, and I will revisit it in the future. This one I DNF'd. It was the only Megan Miranda I actually really didn't like. It was so confusing. No. This one, I've actually read some about Agatha Christie and watched a documentary, so I don't feel the need to specifically read this, but I do know my library has it if I'm ever in the mood in the future, but I don't want to keep it for now. These were 2 thrillers that I liked, but they weren't all-time favorites. They were both like, I think, 3.5, so they were good. I enjoyed them, but I don't feel the need to keep them. This one's We Love to Entertain by Sarah Strohmeyer, and then Not a Happy Family by Sherry Lapina. Again, both of these are books I would recommend. I enjoyed them. I think I talked about them in my Beachy Reads video, which I'll link above if you're looking for some summery thriller recommendations, but they just weren't like all-time favorites, like I need to keep them kind of thing. This one I read, it's a cozy I really enjoy. It's Murder at a Scottish Social by Tracy Hall. I own 2 other books in this series. The first book in the series, which I have read and loved, and I want to keep for that reason, and then the 4th book, which I haven't read yet. This is the 3rd book. I have read it. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend the series, but I just don't need to keep every single copy, and this is a good one that you can jump in without a lot of context. Like, I feel like you could jump around this series pretty easily, so someone else can really enjoy this if I put it in like a little free library or something. So I love that, but it was a really good read. Then I have Dog Training for Dummies. I skimmed this, but when we get our own dog, I'll probably watch more videos or like look up stuff online. And then last but not least is All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker. I had really mixed feelings about this. Pacing was great, the concept was great. There was just some really dark details and like very descriptive lookup triggers for this. This was a really, really hard to read thriller. And then the ending just kind of fell flat for me, so it just wasn't a hit. I don't regret reading it, it just wasn't a hit for me. So that is the cover, but we're gonna pass that on. So I think that was 25 in total, so I feel like I was hoping for 30. We're gonna go ahead and sort the books I'm keeping now into categories, like how, whether I've read them, whether I've not, and then kind of sort them into genre then, so that I can then sort them onto the bookshelf and the TBR cart. But I'm happy to get rid of 25. I feel like that's really good. That'll definitely lighten up my bookcase, and even got rid of a couple in the TBR cart. Overall, very happy with that. Thanks for joining me, and let's go ahead and get into the reorganization part of this video. Okay guys, it's confession time. I just counted. This is my physical TBR. I knew I had a lot of books, and I get a lot of great deals at library book sales, which I'm very grateful for. So these are all classics. So this includes classic mystery authors like Agatha Christie, as well as just some like general classics. These 2 piles are thrillers, 1 random cozy fantasy. These are nonfiction. And then these 3 are all mystery. So most of them are cozy mystery, but I do have a couple like historical fiction or just general murder mysteries in here. I counted them up because I needed to know for my sake. I have 100 books here. I think I counted that correctly, but let's give or take a couple. I have 100 books that I own that I haven't read. We will be addressing this. In fact, these are all the books I have read, so there are plenty, and we did add a couple to the donation pile while I was organizing, so I did sort a couple more that I had read into that. But you guys are going to get a little preview of a series I'm planning on starting either July or August. I'm going to be doing a bingo TBR game with the rules that I have to read at least, it's like 4 across, so it'd be 4 books a video for each bingo board, and at least 3 of them have to be for my physical TBR. 1 can be from the library if I want, but that way I'll really be focusing even more on these. Okay, so now that I've admitted that, these are all the piles that I have sorted into different sections of books I have read that I want to keep. So like we have lots of cozy mysteries over here. I got some nonfiction classics here. We got like thrillers. That one I think I forgot to sort, so actually I'll go through that. Some nonfiction. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and clean my bookshelf and cart and then sort everything back on it. I have changed into some pajamas because I want to be cozy, comfy, and then I'm really tired because it's late in the day. This has been a very big all-day project, but we are going to get this done today. We can do this. So for the TBR cart, as you can see on the top row, I have some library books, but what I'm planning on doing is behind those library books, I'm going to clear this here and put some of those hardcover, like big hardcover thrillers that were on the shelf here and getting mixed into the stuff I had read, which made me forget they were there. So I'm gonna put those up here. Then I have this shelf here, and what I want to do for this is, normally I display some of the books I really love up here, which I do like, but what I want to do is I actually want to prioritize putting maybe like some, if I have any arcs up here or anything I really want to read that's a physical TBR like priority, this might be kind of my shelf for that. The top shelf here, instead of having a bunch of the classics like I did, I think I'm going to make this a thriller shelf slash like maybe some mysteries, like some of my Agatha Christie collections that are really pretty. This will go back to being my cozy mystery shelf as like the other ones. And then down here I'm thinking about keeping this like classics, nonfiction, like kind of like before, but then this will be more thrillers, and mysteries. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it fits, but that's the general plan for everything. So let's go ahead and wipe down this cart, these shelves, and then we're gonna start putting all these books back. I am excited to have gone through this though because there's so many books here. I'm so excited to read, even though it's crazy. I know it's overwhelming. I know I have a slight problem. It could be worse. It could be worse. I could have many other problems that are worse than buying books, probably. That's my justification. Not really. But anyways, this is the stack. So we're gonna go ahead and wipe everything down and get cleaning. friends! So last night, very late last night, I finished putting all my books on my shelf, so now I'm going to give you a quick overview and then a close-up of all of the books, how I've organized them. So this was originally kind of a random smattering of classics. Now I have a bunch of thrillers I love up here, as well as some of my pretty editions of like Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes, etc. And I will give you a close-up in just a sec. The second shelf is Cozy Mysteries as it was before, but the third shelf I have made kind of half Cozy Mysteries and then half some paperback thrillers that didn't fit on the top one. The fourth shelf is now classics, and then the bottom shelf contains my like children's books and things from my childhood that I'll never get rid of, along with some Christian books and then some stationery sets that were on the other shelf. And then up here, unfortunately, I had so many books on my physical TBR, which I'm really grateful for. It's a good problem. But I had 100 books. I couldn't believe that. I was like, no. I've already finished one, actually, so we're down to 99 as of this video. But this shelf here is like kind of my impending TBR. So I have a couple of library books up here, but these are ones that are like summer reads that I really want to finish. So I have like Death on the Nile, Midsummer Mysteries by Agatha Christie, Mango, Mambo, and Murder. I also have 2 arcs on here. So this is kind of like my highlight TBR, where I really want to put books that are either for impending vlogs, because I'm doing like a summer, Christmas in July readathon. I'll link that above if you didn't see the announcement. So I have some of those from the library here. But the rest of these are all physical TBR books that I really want to get to. Like, I'm trying to prioritize these. That's the plan. And then down here we have all physical TBR, lots of hardcovers, lots of paperback like mysteries and thrillers. And then here, this is actually a really pretty stationery set with the Beauty and the Beast. I absolutely love it. And we have, this is kind of like separating this section from like some classics and then different nonfiction and more classics. The bottom is actually completely nonfiction, but I have finished all of the books on that. So those are part of my regular collection that I love, but these 2 are physical TBR. And then last but not least, we'll go through my physical TBR cart. Now, I do want to note that I know some people stack books behind the first row on their physical TBR cart. I don't have any books behind the first row except for on the top. So the bottom 2 rows, it's just what you see. So that makes me feel a little better. Like if I had to, I could put, I don't have any books back there like I did. They're now on the shelf so that I can kind of have that visual, because like I said, I'm somebody who, if I really want to see things visually, I need that reminder. So like even when I'm cooking, like if I have veggies in the veggie drawers, I'll have like a meal plan that's on the fridge so I can see it, and I'll have plans for those vegetables. That way I don't forget about them, because I just need that. I'm a very visual organizer, I guess. I need that. Okay, so starting up here, I love how this turned out. I'm really excited to decorate for the holidays and add a little bit more, because the shelves are like, just needs a little decor or something. But we have tons of my Book of the Month thrillers, a couple other hardcovers, some collections and classics, this beautiful edition of Illustrated Sherlock Holmes. Then we have our Cozy Mystery section, and of course Mr. Scooby-Doo himself, because he's not going anywhere. So this, again, I have a huge stack of my like mass market paperback ones here. I have some of my taller ones here. Then we're getting into this low section here. So this is brand new. This one was not like this at all before. I have another stack of Cozy Mysteries. These are a little bit longer, so they fit together nicely. Some more paperback cozies and historical fictions. And then these are just a couple random mysteries and thrillers that didn't really fit anywhere else, but I do have some space there, which is exciting. Then at the bottom shelf here, I have my gorgeous collection of Little Women, which I'm happy to display, and then a bunch of my classics. So these are all ones, again, I have read, except for the Hercule Poirot. I'm still working my way through the short stories, but I do that in parts, so I keep it there, I don't know. And then the bottom, we do have a bunch of my children's books that I keep that are just love. We have my Lee Strobel. I'm a big fan of his work. And then these are some beautiful stationery sets that kind of look like book binders, so if I ever needed to, I could probably find a new spot for those, but for now. Okay, and then this is the bottom shelf of the other half bookshelf. So these are all nonfiction I have read. Then we have this shelf here, which is a mixture of mystery, nonfiction, classics, and then this beautiful stationery box I wanted to feature because I just love Beauty and the Beast, and I love how this looks like stained glass. I just love how that looks. And then the second one here, I'm going to lift this so you can see the top, but I do have a stack here of different mostly thrillers, a couple of mysteries, and then mostly, again, hardcover thrillers and mysteries. Here we have my Scooby-Doo, which my mom made for me. It's got all these little shiny dots. I don't know what this art form is called, but I think it's so pretty. My Beauty and the Beast kind of rose, which I actually had at my wedding, so I love having that there. And then this cute little guy. And then my Physical TBR. So again, these are predominantly Physical TBR. I have a couple of library books for this upcoming Christmas vlog I'm doing. So you have like these here, which are Christmas. I have 2 arcs, which I'm really excited to read. A couple that are very summery, like this one, and then some of these like Agatha Christie's are very summery, so I want to try to get to those before it's properly fall. And then otherwise I just have a couple other ones that like my mom lent me, so I want to get to this. This is a fall one. I've been just, well, that worked. I will get those, but this is a fall one I've been so excited to read, so I wanted to prioritize reading that. So we have that there. But that is just the Physical TBR here. So here again, we do have top shelf is all library books. There are a couple books in my Physical TBR that we have stashed behind here, but I'm hoping to empty this and keep it empty, hopefully. That's the plan. But otherwise, we do have the library books there again, because I always want to see those first and foremost. Second shelf here, we have a mixture of thrillers and mysteries. And I was really excited because I only have a couple hardcover on here, because those are a little harder to get in and out because they're usually taller, so I'm really glad that that's organized like that. And then the very bottom is, of course, cozy mysteries, and I have that one like thriller right there that just fit there nicely. So, but I'm so excited because now I can actually see everything. All right, guys, so that's everything. Thank you so much for joining me for this organization and big unhaul vlog. Let me know, do you have a system for unhauling? Do you just unhaul as you go if you read a book and you don't love it or you don't feel the need to keep it? Do you do like 1 or 2 big declutters a year? What is your system? I'm always so fascinated with how people organize and declutter their things, so let me know. If you are interested in checking out some of my other vlogs, I will link my playlist above as well as my little free library playlist. I love taking books like this that I've unhauled. I'm probably going to do a massive little library like stocking and check out, maybe grab a few books for myself, but for the most part just give them away, donate them otherwise. So I'm really excited to do that, pass them on to friends. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a fall organize and decorate my bookshelf, so I'm going to be decorating it very fall, and I'm so excited. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do post new book content every week on my channel, especially within the mystery and thriller and like cozy genres. So if you enjoy reading any of those, hang out with me in the future. We'll have a blast, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!